Hi everyone, thanks. So my name is Claire Gasper and I am one of the Assistant Business Development Managers here at Visit Scotland. And thank you for joining this bite-sized webinar, which is an introduction to travel distribution. We're going to look at what it is, the opportunities it can present for your business, and some of the considerations you might want to take if you're looking to work with distribution partners. So for many, the first step in business is to sell your tourism experience directly to the end visitor. So that could mean walk-ups on the day, that could mean email and telephone bookings, or it could mean a booking via a booking system sitting on your own website. There's huge benefits to selling directly in terms of a stronger visitor relationship, direct income, full control over the process, and the level of customer data that you want to gather. However, it does take work to make yourself visible. And you really want to maximize these channels with a strong social media presence, a good website, good online reputation in terms of your reviews, and a modern, smooth booking process. But even if you're doing all these things right, when you review your business, you may find that there's months of the year, days of the week, or even times of the day that you are not reaching capacity and you would like to bring in more revenue at that time. Another option may be that you're a business that has diversified into tourism and you can have a fantastic tourism experience that you want to sell, but due to the nature of your business, direct selling doesn't work for you. Last minute bookings just don't work when you have other elements of your business to consider. You want to sell your product, you just need a longer lead-in time. So in both these situations, travel distribution and selling via other channels than direct can help open opportunities for you. So I want to take a little step back first of all, and I want you to think about the last time you planned a holiday to somewhere new. From that first little spark of interest, maybe on social media, and maybe a TV advert, to then moving into the planning and booking stage. We're all tight on time, so being able to look on a platform where you can see multiple options in one place and review them and make your choices just makes our life easier. If it's a longer haul journey, you may want a little bit of security in the booking of that. Using a platform that's well recognised or going down to your local travel agent allows you to see options, pick the one that's best for you and make your booking. Once the core elements of your holiday are booked, you may well want to plan things to see and do when you're there. More and more people are using experienced online travel agents like Get Your Guide or Viator to see a variety of options and to plan ahead. So you have a fantastic holiday, you go home, you share your experience on social media, and you leave your reviews. You then inspire that next round of travelling. However, at all of these points where we've said you're seeing a variety of options, you are only seeing the businesses that are working with that platform or are contracting with that travel agent. If you as a business are not visible at one or multiple parts of that journey, you are not being seen. And we're not alone in this being our kind of booking habits. International visitors are exactly the same. 63% of international visitors use some form of intermediary, like an online website or a tour operator or travel agent, in the research, planning, and booking stages of their holiday. They're vital in that part of the journey. So we know that this is how international markets are booking, but which of them are booking and coming to Scotland? So Scotland's domestic market are really important to us. They're our highest number of visits in the year. However, they do not have the spending power of some other markets, and often they're coming to Scotland to visit friends and family. In comparison, the United States was once again our largest international source market in 2024. They come for longer, they stay in a good number of nights, 7.6 nights in average, and the US visitor can spend up to 4 times as much as our UK visitors. A couple of our European markets, the German market performed really strongly in 2024 and is our second international market. Numbers were up in 2024 from 2023 and they stay on average 7.1 nights. The French market offer year-round connectivity to Scotland and stay on average 6.6 nights. And the average European visitor will spend twice as much as a UK domestic visitor. I've also added the Chinese market on here, although only making up 2% of our international visits. They're a little slower to come back post-pandemic. Visits in 2024 were up 50% from 2023, so definitely one to keep an eye on. So if you're looking to reach these international markets, doing that directly is going to take time and potentially a marketing budget. We've just heard that travel distribution partners or intermediaries are vital and are used heavily and relied on heavily in these markets. So working with a travel distribution partner can allow you to have an in-market voice to reach these international markets. So the difference from that first slide we looked at, where you as the business are selling directly to that end visitor, we're now involving one or multiple businesses in between, those travel distribution partners. Selling with a partner is not about selling more necessarily, it's working together to reduce your business risk by not putting all eggs in one basket and allowing you to bring in bookings at the times that you need it. So this slide can be a little bit overwhelming when you first see it, but in the last slide, that purple box of travel distribution partners, they can involve any of the businesses that you'll see on the screen here. There's many different types of buyers looking for many different types of product. And you'll notice on here that sometimes there's one intermediary between you and the visitor. Sometimes there can be 2 and 3. And that means from the time that you contract with that first step to when the end visitor comes through the door, may be a longer process. So I'm just going to zone in a little bit on 4 of these travel trade partners that we've already spoken about. Tour operators sell both pre-packaged and custom-built itineraries. We can often think of as tour operators only being big coaches, and that's fine if that's what you want, but they do cater for smaller groups and FITs, which are free independent or fully independent travellers. This can be solo travellers or anything up to about 6 people, a family or a group of friends, that are travelling to Scotland and are looking for some elements of their holiday to be pre-booked. Tour operators will sell direct to the consumer or via travel advisors or OTAs. Travel advisors are really influential in the North American market in particular. They sell pre-packaged itineraries and add-ons or build bespoke itineraries. They book via a tour operator, a DMC, which we'll come on to speak about, or directly with the supplier. But a travel advisor, for example, may be selling multiple markets. They don't feel necessarily they have the full knowledge of Scotland to be able to sell it well. So often they will work with something called a destination management company, also known as a DMC. So these businesses are based in the UK and often in Scotland. They have excellent knowledge of Scotland, both geographically and the type of businesses that are here. And travel advisors or tour operators will trust them in their knowledge. So they can sell one element or a whole itinerary, but they do only sell B2B. They are not selling to the end visitor coming through your door. Online travel agents or OTAs sell travel products directly to the consumer via their digital platforms, and those bookings are instant. So once you're listed on an OTA, you may well get a booking very quickly. Hotels and airlines often sell experiences via an OTA. And it's important to note there are other forms of buyers there as well, and our business support hub contains more information on all of these. So what does it bring your business? It allows you to reach new audiences. These travel trade buyers already are established in these markets. They have people buying from them already. They allow you a bigger shop window. They're experts in these markets and can work with you to really make your product as appealing as possible to that market. Travel trade doesn't always happen overnight. It can take a while to get up and running, and often tour operators and travel advisors are booking 18 to 24 months in advance. Once business does start coming in, though, it allows you advanced and measurable bookings. If you're working with an OTA in particular, it can actually help build your direct bookings. Often these platforms are used for inspiration, but a visitor will actually go and find you directly as well. And if you can show you deliver quality experiences, you will get repeat business at the times you need it, allowing your business to grow sustainably. But what do they need from you? If they're booking that far ahead, they need to know your prices 18 to 24 months in advance. If you sell this product directly to the public as well, they will expect a commission rate or a net rate on those products. You may put together something exclusive for travel trade, and that can come at a price. They want to know your availability, when you can and can't work with them. When do you need the business, really? They want to know that you can deliver quality experiences consistently. It's their reputation as well. They want to know you'll look after their clients. They want you to be reliable and efficient. If you've stated your operating hours, they want to know that you'll give them a response during that time if they reach out to you. They're always interested in new partnerships if you team up with another business or just knowing what else is travel trade ready in your region. Clear and easy to understand collateral is really important for them to see at a glance what you offer. And it's always good to have a bit of an understanding of the cultural needs of the different markets. OTAs are not dissimilar, but there's a few differences between travel trade and OTAs in terms of what they're looking for. You're responsible for doing your product listing on the platform and keeping it up to date with both the information and your pricing. They do like it if you can offer availability throughout the year, but you can change the amount of inventory that you're offering. They want quality experiences and they want you to engage with reviews, as well as having good quality imagery that does reflect reality. So, what are visitors looking for at the moment? Visitors globally want authentic experiences. They want to come to Scotland and really immerse themselves in our culture. They're always interested in seasonal experiences. So, if you can offer something off season and in winter, that's something that you can put to travel trade. More and more visitors want to feel that they are giving back to communities when they're spending money on their holidays. So, meaningful travel is really important. And often that's allowed charities and social enterprises to create some really fantastic tourism experiences. They want quality experiences, and especially the long haul market will be comparing us to our competitors. So, when you're ready and you want to put together your experience, what are the key things you want to think about? What makes you unique? What is going to make that buyer remember you and want to bring business? What assets do you have, from your staff or volunteers to the facilities you offer, and even what your current experiences are right now? Can you work with anyone else? Do you already work with someone else? Can you really complement each other to make an enhanced product? And who is it that you want to come to your business? Do you want groups? Do you want more individual travelers? Are you looking for families? Or maybe you want to create a luxury high-end experience? And it's really important to consider when you actually want the business. When are you quiet and when do you want more revenue to your business? Finally, pricing considerations. This can be a challenge. Um, as I've mentioned already, commission can come into play. OTA platforms, although free to list on them, will take up to 30% commission on any booking, and travel trade partners will also look for trade-friendly rates. You can look to create an enhanced product for these platforms. So looking to create an add-on to what your core product is. Build in extra coffee and a scone, build in a chat with the head gardener, for example. Another way to do this is to take your core product, but then think of add-ons to that. Make that very clear to the buyer that they can choose to add these in or not. And you want to look at your pricing structure. Do you want to price it per person? Does that work for you? Or maybe it's better to put a price on the experience. Do consider what your minimum and maximum numbers for both of these. What works for you? Do you have a minimum number that's really okay for the experience? But also think about the margins. You might also have quite a bespoke experience and you want to do price on application. You want to have a conversation with the buyer. However, it's always good to give them a little bit of a ballpark of what your prices will be. Once you're all ready with your experience, please do reach out to us because you can get a free listing on our travel trade website. Our business support team will send you out a travel trade form. We would ask you to complete that with an 80-word B2B pitch of your travel trade experiences and return it to our travel trade team with a minimum of 1 and maximum of 5 landscape images. So next steps. When you've taken all this on board, do keep an eye on our Business Support Hub for any upcoming regional workshops or webinars. They're always really great days for peer-to-peer learning and hearing more insights and information from ourselves. You can work to create a product sheet with your travel trade information, and you can get yourself listed on an online travel agent. Then sort your pitch out and you're ready to attend a travel trade event. So I hope that was useful today. We do have another webinar coming up that's going to give you more information on those next steps. Thank you for joining us.